be presenting a mini lesson for a 6th grade language arts class. Allison Berry. I will be presenting a mini lesson for a 6th grade language arts class. Our essential questions are: how can I visually depict the subject and verb of a sentence on a diagram? And how can I diagram a simple sentence? Our objectives are to diagram the subject and verb of a sentence and to diagram a simple sentence. For this lesson, the student will need some paper, lined or unlined, as well as a pen or a pencil. Here we have an example sentence diagram. The sentence reads, "Diagramming sentences is fun." This diagram might appear complicated, but it's actually quite simple to complete. So what is sentence diagramming? Sentence diagramming is the process of illustrating a sentence on a diagram or picture. Diagramming a sentence helps us to understand the structure of a sentence and how all the parts of the sentence work together, and this can be especially helpful to those of us who are visual learners. The basic structure of a sentence diagram is shown below. You have a horizontal line going from left to right with a vertical line cutting through. You write the subject of the sentence on the left-hand side, and you write the verb of the sentence on the right-hand side. Now remember, the subject is who or what the sentence is about, a noun or a pronoun, and the verb is what the subject is or does and shows action or state of being. So for example, lions roar. The sentence is about lions. That's our subject. It goes on the left-hand side. And what do? They roar. That goes on the right-hand side. Another example, people speak. Who is the sentence about? People. And what do? They speak. So we have our subject, people, on the left, with our verb, speak, on the right. The parts of the sentence base, the subject and verb, are placed on a horizontal line with a vertical line separating the subject from the verb. Now the capital letter marking the beginning of the sentence is used, but not the end punctuation. To diagram a sentence, first pick out the subject and the verb, and then write them on the horizontal line separated by a crossing vertical line. So we have our sentence, "The fireman dashed to the burning building." We draw our horizontal line, the vertical line cutting through. Who is the sentence about? The fireman. And what did he do? He dashed. So we write our subject, fireman, on the left-hand side and our verb, dashed, on the right-hand side. Have you been studying for the test? In this case, our subject is you. We write that on the left. And our verb phrase is have been studying. We write that on the right. Listen to the beautiful music. That's a command. So with a command, our subject is an understood you. That goes on the left. And our verb is listen, on the right. The mouse runs on the wheel. Who is the sentence about? The mouse. He's the subject. He goes on the left. And what does he do? He runs. That goes on the right. Simple sentences require a single horizontal line bisected by a vertical line, which separates the subject from the verb. The articles a, an, and the are adjectives and are placed on diagonal lines beneath the nouns they modify. Simple sentences. Trees sway. Our subject is trees and our verb is sway. The birds can sing. Our subject is birds, and what do? They can sing. Now in this case, we have an article, the, referring to the birds, so that goes on a diagonal line beneath birds. The little kittens snuggle. We have our subject, kittens, on the left and our verb, snuggle, on the right. We have two modifiers, the and little, on diagonal lines showing that they refer to kittens. Now it's your turn. You are going to diagram the sentences on the following slide. So for an example sentence, the dog barks. You write your horizontal line, add a vertical line. You write your subject, dog, on the left, your verb, barks, on the right, with the modifier the underneath. Now, using your paper and pen or pencil, I would like for you to practice what you've learned by diagramming these sentences. This concludes our mini lesson.